Just past the 35 at the 36. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Ready, go.
Young to throw it.
He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. The Panthers had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Young will set to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Down. Ready?
To throw, Young. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 43. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And Johnson picks up a first down for his team, and that's something he did plenty a season ago because he produced a first down over 74% of his catches. And when he's on his game, he can be one of the most reliable safety blankets in the league, an excellent route runner, and he can help the young quarterback in Bryce Young.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
It quickly to Thielen here.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
3rd and 4.
Young to throw it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Young.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's Young from the shotgun. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Now it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain there of 21 yards.
And this is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
The numbers on Moss from last week's game: 16 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Lyman can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert.
But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Now they go play action now. Burrow.
Throw left side, complete to... And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll run on first down with Moss.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Now it's Burrow. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 25-yard line. The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Burrow will throw. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Here's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands. and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
right? Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Up the middle with Brooks here.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing, Young. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They go play action. Young. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Young. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
T. Higgins out on offense with the rest of his teammates for this next drive.
There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll get this up close to the 30-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Here's a give to Moss out of the shotgun.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Burrow looking to pass.
He'll swing this out to Moss.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The tight end in motion right. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw again. And a catch right side by Evans. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Again, it's Burrow. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. To the sideline and incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Come on, set, switch, yellow.
On third down, they go with Brooks. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
2nd down and 8.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 53 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Back to throw here.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
T. Higgins leading the Cincinnati receiving corps out for this upcoming series.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Back to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. Derek Carr has thrown a touchdown pass. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Cooper Kupp, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Chris Godwin, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Washington, and now they lead this ball game as well. Set to go here, 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. He's to the 15.
And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
Moss is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Short throw there, caught by Thomas.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Young.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Mike Hilton, the man to break up the throw.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line.
The Bengals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
11. Stop.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it.
And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 50 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now it's Burrow. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield.
And he gets it down to the 32.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd and 7. First carry now for Chris Evans.
Gets by him at the 25. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the shotgun, it's Young. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Here's Burrow. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
D.J. Waddle
able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Burrow will throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
D.J. Waddle
dropping him for the second straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
They'll look to throw.
Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And we're back now in Charlotte.
2nd down and 4.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Ready?
Throwing. Young. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Young will set to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line.
Let's go now.
To the air once more, Young.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Out of the gun, it's Young.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here is Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Deontay Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year.
And the Panthers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two.
The Young's going to throw for this.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Open man, that's Gesicki down the field.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Burrow looking to pass.
That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now Burrow.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And the defense almost got one there, partner.
That could have been his first pick. He's been good so far, but you're right, that was nearly a costly mistake.
Sometimes you get a little bit too confident when the game's going along as it has been for him.
Checks that one down, complete to Moss.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Burrow. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick.
And the Panthers are right back in this football game.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Following the interception, Young.
Got a man, that's Leggett.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Now 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Hut, hut.
Young to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete.
7 yards there and a first down. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The Panthers on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Young to throw it.
That's a quick slant. He finds Adam Thielen.
Here's Young from the shotgun.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
It'll be Young again. To the right side and complete to Thomas.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
3rd down, Young from the gun.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Young working out of the gun. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
Young now. Over the middle, it's Thomas. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Panthers. Adam Thielen from 6 yards away.
And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a 1-score game. And hold the phone now. This game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back and then manipulate the clock with your offense because you've got to get the ball into the end zone.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for this with Moss. And he will have a Bengals first down, and it's celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it.
And they'll indeed take a knee. They'll run out of the gun with Moss. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for the Bengals, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.